Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajeem. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. First of all, for my lecture, I want to introduce this book with the help of which I deliver my lectures. This is a book of functional English. I have written this book myself, and I take help from my own book to deliver all these lectures and lessons, not only in YouTube, but I also use this book in my class to teach the students, and it is according to my students and my colleagues, this is very informative book, and it is very easy for all the students to learn English grammar for their test exams and also for spoken purposes. This book is written for BS students and all other students who are not taking their BS degree. They can also take help from this grammar book. Okay, now today I am again in front of you with the second part of pronoun. In previous lesson I taught you about pronouns, definition of pronouns, and also the different kinds of pronouns, which were 10 in number, and in previous lesson I discussed first 4 different kinds of pronouns, and now I am going to discuss and teach you the further 6 kinds of pronouns. Let's start our lesson. Okay students, in previous class we discussed the different kinds of pronouns, which were 4 in number. I told you that there are 10 kinds of pronouns, and first 4 we discussed in our previous lesson. They were subjective pronouns, objective pronouns, possessive pronouns, and reflexive pronoun. Now in objective pronouns we discussed he, she, it, one, you, singular, you plural, and they. In objective pronouns, him, her, it, you singular, you plural, and them. In possessive pronouns there are 2 kinds, independent possessive and adverbial possessives. In independent possessive we discussed about his, hers, its, yours singular, yours plural, and theirs. And adverbial possessives, in which we discussed about his, her, its, your singular, your plural, and their. And in reflexive pronouns we discussed about himself, herself, itself, oneself, yourself, yourselves plural, and themselves. These were 4 kinds of pronouns which we discussed in our previous class, and today we will discuss the other 6 kinds of pronouns, which are demonstrative pronoun, interrogative pronoun, relative pronoun, distributive pronoun, reciprocal pronoun, indefinite, quantity and number pronouns. Now the 5th kind of pronoun, that is demonstrative pronoun. Definition: demonstrative pronouns point out a definite person, place and thing. They point out a definite person, place and thing. They are this, these, that, those. They are 4 in number: this, these, that and those. This and these are used for objects that are near, whereas that and those are used for distant objects. Demonstratives alone as pronoun or before noun as determiner are used. How demonstrative pronouns are used? Sometimes they are used alone as pronoun, and sometimes they are used before noun as determiner. How? These are 2 examples. In first example you will see, this book is in my hand. Now book, this is noun and this is demonstrative. Now in this sentence, demonstrative is used as a determiner before noun, and in this example, this is in my hand. This is in my hand. Now in this example, this is used demonstrative alone, as in alone demonstrative. There is no noun after it. So demonstrative can be used in 2 ways. Sometimes they are used before noun and sometimes they are used alone. And when they are used before noun, they will be called determiner, and when they are used alone, they will be called demonstrative. As I told you that pronouns are all those words which we use instead of noun, and when we use pronoun, it means noun has already been mentioned. For example, in this sentence, this is in my hand. What is in my hand? It means something has been mentioned before. For example, you can say, what is in your hand, or where is the book? This is in my hand. So book, it is not mentioned in this sentence, but this is word this is mentioned, that is determiner. So this is the definition of demonstratives. And now I am going to give few other examples of a demonstrative pronoun. Now there are few examples of a demonstrative pronoun. The first one example, this car is parked in a parking lot. This is parked in a parking lot. These books are mine. These are mine. That way seems safer. That seems safer. Those people are good friends. Those are good friends. Now these are few examples. You will see in this example, this car is parked. In this example, these books are mine. In this example, that way seems, and in this, those people are good. In all these examples, you will find after demonstrator there are written nouns. After demonstrative there are written noun. So we can say that these demonstrative pronouns, they are playing the role of determiner in these examples. Why? Because there are written noun after them. But in these examples, this one, this one, this one, and this one, in all these examples there is no noun after demonstrative. So demonstrative are playing the role of demonstrative alone, because there is no noun after them. So you can use the demonstrative pronoun in both these ways. Hope it will be clear. Now proceed towards the next kind of pronoun. Now in 7 number, there is the kind of pronoun indefinite, quantity, and number pronoun. First of all, we will discuss indefinite pronoun. Indefinite pronoun does not point out any particular person, place, or thing. As I taught you that in demonstrative pronoun, particular person, place, or thing is pointed out, but in indefinite pronoun, it doesn't point out any particular person, place, or thing. Compound indefinite pronoun can be divided into 3 categories. Compound indefinite pronoun, they can be divided into 3 categories. Which are the three categories? Number 1, personal pronoun. Number 2, non-personal pronoun. And number 3, adverbial pronoun. Now we will discuss these 3 categories of compound indefinite pronoun one by one. Now these are 3 categories of indefinite pronoun. Number 1, indefinite personal pronoun. Number 2, indefinite non-personal pronoun. Number 3, indefinite adverbial pronoun. In number 1, indefinite personal pronoun, these are anyone or anybody, everyone or everybody, no one or nobody or none, someone or somebody. In indefinite non-personal pronoun, there will be anything, everything, nothing, or something. Indefinite adverbial pronoun, there will be anywhere, everywhere, nowhere, and somewhere. Now look at all these 3 categories. In first category, anyone, anybody, everyone, everybody, no one, nobody, none, or someone, somebody, these all indefinite personal pronouns will be used for persons, for people. But indefinite non-personal pronoun, anything, everything, nothing, and something, they will be used for things. And as we can see the word indefinite adverbial pronoun, from adverb we can understand that these all indefinite pronouns will be used for places. How? Anywhere, everywhere, nowhere, and somewhere. Is there anybody in the classroom? Yes, there is Aslam in the classroom. Is there anybody in the classroom? Yes, there is everybody in the classroom. There is nobody in the classroom. there is somebody in the classroom. So we are using all these indefinite personal pronouns for the person who, for those person which are not pointing out definite person, place, person or people. Similarly, in this category, is there anything in your bag? Is there everything in your bag? There is nothing in my bag. There is something in my bag. Indefinite adverbial pronouns. You can see him anywhere. You can see him everywhere. He cannot be seen. He is nowhere. He can be seen somewhere. So in this way these pronouns are used. Now I am going to give you some examples as well, so you can understand the use of all these compound indefinite pronouns. You look at the all these indefinite pronouns. Why they are called compound indefinite pronouns? Because they are made of two words. Look at these words. Any. After any we will use body or one. After any we will use thing. After any we will use where. That's why they are called compound indefinite pronouns, because they are made of two words. Now these are some examples of compound indefinite pronouns. Anyone or anybody cannot find needle in a sea. No one or nobody listening my voice. Someone or somebody intelligent needed for this post. Everyone or everybody is present in the class. Now these four are for personal indefinite pronouns, so they are used for persons. Now the next examples, these are for things. Anything can be found in this market. Everything is placed on the table. Nothing is important for me. Something is better than nothing. Now the next examples are for places. They can be found everywhere. They can be found everywhere. They cannot be found anywhere. They are nowhere in the city. They can be somewhere. So these are examples of indefinite compound pronouns. Now these are quantity and number pronouns. Quantity and number pronouns used with uncountable and plurals. These are all those quantity and number pronouns which we use with uncountable and plural nouns. Which are these? All, any, enough, half, more, most, none, some, other, once, several, less, few, much, many, cardinal and ordinal numbers. These are all those quantity and number pronouns which we use with uncountable and plurals. Now quantity and number pronouns used with countable and singulars. These are another, other, each, either, neither, one and first. These are all those pronouns which we use with countable and singular nouns. Now I'll give you few examples from these quantity and number pronouns, so that they can be clear for you that how they are used in different sentences. Now these are few examples of quantity and number pronouns. All students were present in the class. In this sentence, all, this is quantity, this is quantity pronoun. There is enough water in the jug. Enough, this is quantity pronoun. 3 persons are allowed. 3, this is number pronoun. You can see in these 3 examples, all students, it can be all students is plural. Enough, it is uncountable, and 3, this is also plural for used for all students. This is used for plural. Students can be counted, they can be 3, 4, 5, 6, 700, so many students. Okay, there is enough water. Now water is uncountable, enough is uncountable, is used for uncountable noun. 3 persons are allowed. Persons, how many persons? 3. 3 is a quantity pronoun. Now in this example, first person is not allowed. First person, this is this is number, quantity number pronoun, which is used for person. Other day I was talking. Other day I was talking about you. Other day. There is a noun. Other. This is quantity or number pronoun. One man show was interesting. One man. One. It is a quantity number pronoun. You can say this is a number pronoun, which is used for singular person, that is man. This is used for singular word, that is day. Singular person. They can be counted as well as they are singular. So this is the use of quantity and number pronouns for singular and plural, countable and uncountable. Now this is the 8th kind of pronoun, that is interrogative pronoun. Interrogative pronouns are used for asking questions. Interrogative pronouns are used for asking questions. They are who, whom, whose, which and what. They are 5 in number: who, whom, whose, which and what. Who, whom and whose and which as well. They are used to refer to persons. When we talk about persons, we can use these 4 interrogative pronouns: who, whom, whose and which. And which and what are used to refer to things or event. Which, it can also be used for persons, it can also be used for things and events as well. What is also used for events and things. As I told you that pronouns are all those words which we use instead of noun. So if you look at these all interrogative pronouns, these are used for asking question. In the answer of questions in which these pronouns are used, you will use the noun. For example, if someone asks you who is sitting in the classroom, you can say that student is sitting in the classroom. So instead of who, you used student, that is a noun. So in these questions, all those interrogative sentences in which these words are or question words are used, they will be called interrogative pronoun, because in answer of these questions you will use noun. So now I am going to give you some examples that how they can be used. So these are examples of interrogative pronouns. Who was talking to a man at a party? Whom did you give your tickets? Whose favorite band is going to give a concert? Which type of person do you like most? Which precious items are in your bag? What time is suitable for you to come in party? Now look at all these words written at the beginning of the sentences. These are all interrogative pronoun because they are used for asking questions, and when you answer these questions you will use noun instead of all these words. That's why they are called pronoun. Who was talking to a man at a party? Ali was talking to a man at a party. Whom did you give your tickets? I have given my tickets, or I gave my tickets to Asma. Instead of whom, I used Asma. Whose favorite band is going to give a concert? Cheyenne's favorite band is going to give a concert. Instead of whose, I use the noun Cheyenne. Which type of person do you like most? Which type of person? Loving person. I like loving person. Which precious item are in your bag? There are diamonds in my bag. Instead of which precious item, I have used the word diamonds. What time is suitable for you to come in party? Evening time is suitable for me to come in party. So these are all examples of interrogative pronoun, how they can be used. Now there is a turn of next kind of pronoun, that is relative pronoun. What are these relative pronouns? Relative pronouns are used to join two clauses. They are used to join two clauses. They work as conjunction. Relative pronoun, they work as conjunction and they used to join two clauses. They are who, whom, whose, which, what and that. if you look at relative pronouns, you will find that relative and interrogative pronouns are same. Interrogative pronouns are 5 in number: who, whom, whose, which and what, and relative pronouns are 6 in number: who, whom, whose, which, what and that. But how they are different from interrogative pronoun? Because in interrogative pronoun we use all these words for asking questions, but in relative pronoun we use all these words for joining two clauses, and they work as a conjunction. They are not used for asking questions. Who, whom, whose refer to persons. These three pronouns refer to persons, and which refers to animals and things. That, it refers to persons, animals and things as well. Whereas what, it refers to things only. So these are all relative pronouns. They are used to join two clauses and they work as a conjunction. They are not used for asking questions. They are relative pronouns. They are same like interrogative pronouns, but in interrogative pronouns we use them for asking question, but in relative pronoun we use them to join two clauses. How? Now I'll give you some example. Now these are examples of relative pronouns. Asma is the girl who is my friend. Asma is the girl who is my best friend. Asma is my friend whom I gave my books. Asma is my friend whose brother is your student. It is our TV set which was bought yesterday. It is the dog that bit the child yesterday. I have returned to you what you have given to me. This is the child that I love most. Now in all these examples you can see that all these pronouns are used to join the two clauses. Asma is the girl, Asma is the friend, Asma is my friend, it is our TV set, it is the dog, I have returned to you, and this is the child. These are clauses, and these are also clauses. Is my friend, I gave my book, brother is your student, was bought yesterday, bit the child yesterday, you had given to me, and I love most. These are also clauses. So these two clauses are joined by all these pronouns. That's why they are called relative pronoun, because they relate to clauses. So if you see, Asma is the girl who is my friend. Who mean? Asma. Asma is my friend whom I gave my books. Whom mean? Asma. Asma is my friend whose brother, whose mean? Asma's. It is our TV set which mean? TV set. It is the dog that mean? Dog. I have returned to you what you had given to me. What mean? The thing which you have given to me. Instead of taking the names of all these things, we have used these pronouns. So that's why they are called relative pronoun. And now these are some more relative pronouns. Whatever, whoever, whomever, whichever. These are also relative pronouns. And how they are used in different sentences? These are some examples. Number one, with whatever you discover will be interesting. The teacher scolded whoever came late. The teacher scolded whomever he disliked. He destroys the things whichever he dislikes. So in all these sentences, these pronouns are used as relative pronouns. You can see that they also they are used as conjunction. They join the two clauses. Whatever, whoever, whomever and whichever. Whichever is used for things, and whomever, whoever and whatever, these are used for persons and whatever it is used for things as well. Now proceed towards the next kind of pronoun. Now this is the next kind of pronoun, that is reciprocal pronoun. Reciprocal pronoun means that each part of the subject did the action and also received the action. Reciprocal pronoun means that each part of the subject did the action and also received the action, and they are and each other and one another. There are two in number, each other and one another. Each other is used for two people or things, and one another it is used for more than two people and things. These are reciprocal pronouns. Reciprocal pronouns mean that each part of the subject did the action and also received the action. For example, in subject there are two people, that is, one is Ali and the second one is Asma. Now these are two people, and when they did the action and also received the action, for that purpose we will use reciprocal pronoun. And if we use each other, it is used for two people, the action which is being done and received by two people, then we will use each other. And when the action is done by more than two people and they are also done by the people and also by received by those people, then we will use one another as a pronoun. How? Now I am giving you some examples. Now these are examples of reciprocal pronoun. Asma and Alia gave gifts to each other. Asma and Alia gave gifts to each other. It means the action of two subjects were done and received by one another. The next example, the students greeted one another. Now in this example you will see the students are more than two people, so their greeting is done by one another. That's why we will use one another as a pronoun in this sentence. If there are two subjects, and they are giving gifts to one another, it means the action is done by the both subjects. She is giving gift to her and also she is receiving gift from her. That's why the action is done and received by the both subjects. That's why we will use each other for as a pronoun. Instead of using Asma and Alia, once again the nouns, we have used each other, mean Asma and Alia. Similarly, if there are more than one in subject, there are more than two people and they are greeting one another. It means they are more than two people, so we will use one another. It means action is done by all the people inside this group, which are the group of students. All the subjects are giving and receiving the greetness. They are greeting, they are also greeting one another. That's why we have used this pronoun one another. Hope it will be clear to you. Now this is the last kind of pronoun, that is distributive pronouns. Distributive pronouns refers to each person, place or thing separately. They refer to each person, place or thing separately. These are each, either and neither. These three are distributive pronouns. How they are used in sentences? There are some examples. Each of the boy reported promptly. Each of the boy mean every boy. Every boy separately they reported. So distributive pronoun each is used. For example, if we have written over here all the boys, it means we have not indicated each and every person. So if we use each, it means every boy. Now either of you both can come in my office. Either of you both can come in my office. It means if two persons are standing in front of you, you are talking to those people and you are saying that either of you both can come in my office. You have refer separately to them, and neither of you came to my office. It means nobody in front of standing in front of you, they have not come to your office. You are separately talking to them that neither of you came to my office. It means if Ali and Usama, they are standing in front of you, you are asking to them that either of you can come in my office. Ali and Usama and neither came to my office mean Ali and Usama, no one has come to your office, neither Ali nor Usama. So this is called distributive pronoun. So dear students, these are the 10 kinds of pronouns which I have discussed in front of you. Hope they will be clear. If there is any question, you can ask. Inshallah, you can ask it. Inshallah, I will satisfy you with my answer. Inshallah, in next class, I will teach you the next part of speech, that is verb. Okay, take care. Goodbye. Allah Hafiz.